Jesus is going to feed us and keep giving us all the bread that we need. They couldn't understand. They couldn't get past their physical hunger, their immediate circumstances, to see that Jesus is talking about something so much deeper. How He meets our deepest spiritual need. And every time you get hungry, it's supposed to remind you, Jesus is the bread of life. If I feed on Him, I'll never be hungry again. And of course, we eat food now and we get hungry a few hours later. We need food over and over and over. And we go to Jesus over and over and over and over and over and over, and His bread never runs out. And so when Jesus says, take, eat, this is my body, I'm giving myself to you. I'm giving my whole body, everything that I am, without reserve, not holding anything back. Eat in me by faith. So when we take that bread in the Lord's Supper, that's what we're symbolizing. Jesus gave Himself for us. And when Jesus says this is the blood of the covenant that is poured out for many, in Hebrew thought, the blood always represented life. What Jesus is saying, I'm giving my very life to you so that you can have life. Life the way that it was meant to be lived. The life that I made you to live. That I save you now to live. We call the covenant that Jesus made with us the new covenant because there's an old covenant. You can go back and read about it in the Old Testament, especially in the book of Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and Deuteronomy. And in the Old Covenant, you had to keep a number of different laws. And when you didn't keep those laws, you had to go to the temple and make an actual sacrifice. And when I say you had to make an actual sacrifice, you had to bring an animal to a priest, and they would kill that animal in your place. That was sacrifice. And you'd keep doing that over and over and over and over, because we all know that we keep breaking God's laws over and over and over and over. And Jesus came and died as our ultimate sacrifice. And even if we keep sinning over and over and over, we can keep coming to Him over and over and over. He never runs out. He always fills. He is the guarantee of God's promise. We're not. Praise God, we're not. He's the guarantee. He's kept the promise. He is faithful even when we are faithless. And so as the people of God, we're supposed to do this over and over and over, to remember, to celebrate, to receive that spiritual nourishment that only comes by faith. And this is why we call it communion. We celebrate it together, because it binds us together. The sacrifice of Christ brings us together as His people. From the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, we become the family of God. We are the family of God as His church right here in this place, First Baptist Tallahassee. As 1 Corinthians 10 tells us, we are one bread, one body. Why? Because we all partake of that one bread, Jesus Christ. And so when we celebrate, we remember. When we celebrate, we look around.